November 1936. As war drew near, as refugees struggled to flee Nazi persecution, a group of German émigrés met in New York City with a mandate: rescue those left behind and help them rebuild their lives in America. Those brave and like-minded volunteers quickly began to use their talents and resources to help refugees start new lives in America. This new organization would go on to change the fate of dozens, then hundreds, then tens of thousands. On November 10, 1936, Self-Help Community Services was born. When World War II erupted, Self-Help responded.
Self-Help was originally founded in 1936 to help people who were fleeing Nazi persecution. Those folks arrived here in New York and required shelter, food, employment, training, and the volunteers who founded Self-Help were here to provide all of those things.
Self-Help, the very name of Self-Help, really was incorporated to have these individuals help themselves to really grow and start a new life here in the United States.
But as the war was ending, the toughest challenges were just beginning.
There was fear and anxiety leaving your entire life behind and making this really distinct break. We were helping people get resettled, readjusted to a different society, and very importantly, helping to get people employed.
So it started with the Nazi victim population. It grew to include new waves of immigrants. It has expanded from the services provided to Nazi victims and what we learned of their needs, whether it was money management, housing, social services, all those lessons we learned. We respect that tradition, and we've adapted and grown that.
Today, through its many innovative, expanding programs, Self-Help continues to provide the means for over 5,000 victims of Nazi persecution to live independently with dignity.
There are a lot of activities that you could choose from. There's arts and crafts, an exercise class. Speakers come in. This week there was a doctor who spoke to you about your heart. And you're not alone if you have a problem or something on your mind. There's someone to talk to.
If you have any questions, you can always call the office.
Self-Help, they're helping a lot of people. It's such a friendly atmosphere. It's like going to family. It really is.
Providing this level of comfort and personalized care is the hallmark of Self-Help. And it's a distinction that Self-Help's first president, Paul Tillich, once described as the ability to listen sensitively and react spontaneously.
It would be very presumptuous for us to say, this is what would be good for you. So I think that dialogue is absolutely essential. Clients and seniors are not loath to tell us what they think they need. They're very attuned to the current world, so when they're out there and they hear about blogging, they'll come and say, in our computer class, can we go beyond email? Can we go and learn what blogging is? Can we do Photoshop?
And then add photos. And there's your wedding album, right?
So when you think about a new program, it's not just imposing your ideas on a client base. It's hearing, listening sensitively to what they have to say and seeing how you can provide a new layer of service.
Responding to the community with new services and innovative programs has been at the core of Self-Help since its founding. Various home care services Self-Help pioneered early on naturally evolved to include apartment complexes and other residences with on-site services to promote independent living and graceful aging among friends.
I enjoy each day what I live in Self-Help community. Each day. Sometimes open the library when I can read English books. Our backyard is a wonderful place for relaxation. America is a wonderful country, and Self-Help is like a part of American life for me.
Self-Help's community-based social service programs provide a safety net to nearly 20,000 New Yorkers in their homes and at its 23 locations throughout Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, and Nassau County.
It's the best place for old people. They try to help everybody feel independence. And if they can't, they help you. So you know that you have help here if you need it.
Through essential home care services for the elderly, infirm, and families at risk, Self-Help is a major provider of home care in the New York area. After serving the community for over 70 years, Self-Help will continue to lead in applying new methods and technologies to address the ever-changing needs of its community.
So your pressure is 127/76, and your pulse is 67. So everything is doing very well.
Technology is really going to become an important part of the long-term care model in the future. Self-Help has recognized that early on and has really begun to work with some of these new advanced technologies.
Programs that were once considered groundbreaking are now setting the standard. Self-Help's telehealth programs use state-of-the-art technology to allow seniors and at-risk populations the dignity of remaining in their own residences.
Once the beeping is finished, it has recorded your weight. You can step down.
Remote monitoring of motion sensors, automated medication dispensers,
You'll hear a beep. This door will actually slide open and you'll see your medications there.
and vital signs recording devices enables care that is equal to or superior than approaches that rely solely on health providers coming into the home for scheduled visits.
All you need to do to transmit the data is just press this button, press and hold it. Okay, that's it.
So it's providing a safe environment for an elder while also providing the comfort of the adult child knowing that mom is safe. The telehealth devices that are out there are helping our elders to manage their diseases better, something that has not happened in the past.
When you live alone, there's always that question in the back of your mind of what if something happens, and it's good to know that there is something in place in your apartment which keeps track of you. They know if you take your medications, if you eat, how long you sleep, when you get up. You feel really covered on all angles.
Self-Help makes sure no one, having come this far, has to face the future alone. As an organization that served the elderly and families at risk for multiple generations, Self-Help knows that each new generation has its own values and vision of healthcare delivery. Self-Help Community Services is an organization whose hallmark and history continue to be defined by caring for generations.
It really is caring for many generations at multiple different levels. When you look at Self-Help, whether it be board members, whether it be employees, we have employees that have been with us for over 30 years. And there's a lot to be said for that. When you have individuals that have given their time and life to an organization, that theme follows through with the actual clients themselves, where we care for a very at-risk senior, and we also care for an at-risk child.
Since that night in November more than 70 years ago, Self-Help has become one of the largest not-for-profit healthcare and social service organizations in New York, and the original ongoing commitment to the victims of Nazi persecution remains at its core today. And it is this ongoing commitment that has laid the groundwork for Self-Help's success in branching out to a broader range of New Yorkers.
Today, Self-Help serves people of all backgrounds, ethnicities, religion, and ages. Families, children, the communities that make up New York City.
It's unbelievable. Without Self-Help, I would have been lost. Completely lost.
I feel independent. I feel safe, security. Why? Because I know what happened with me. I'm not alone. I have a big family.
I'm with people. I'm not alone. I'll never be alone here.
Among our many supporters, we wish to recognize UJA, Federation of New York, and the Conference on Jewish Material Claims Against Germany,